Happiness come to me. Happiness comes so seldom. That has come to me. But it comes to the end of my life. Jesus saved me in time. Happiness comes so seldom. That has come to me. Happiness comes so seldom. That has come to me. Happiness comes so seldom. That has come to me. Running fast for the end of my life. Jesus saved me in time. Happiness comes so seldom. That has come to me. Happiness comes so seldom. That has come to me. Happiness comes so seldom. That has come to me. Running fast for the end of my life. Jesus saved me in time. Happiness comes so seldom. That has come to me. Happiness comes so seldom. That has come to me. Happiness comes so seldom. That has come to me. Running fast for the end of my life. Jesus saved me in time. Jesus saved me in time. Happiness comes so seldom. That has come. Happiness comes so seldom. That has come to me. Happiness comes so seldom. That has come to me. Running fast for the end of my life. Jesus saved me in time. Happiness comes so seldom. That has come to me. Happiness comes so seldom. That has come to me. Happiness comes so seldom. That has come to me. Running fast for the end of my life. Jesus saved me in time. Happiness comes so seldom. That has come to me. Happiness comes so seldom. That has come to me. Happiness comes. That has come to me. Running fast for the end of my life. Jesus saved me. Running fast for the end of my life. Jesus saved me in time. Happiness comes so seldom. That has come to me. It is here in the Father's kingdom. It was there for me. You took me, and you washed away my sins. You washed away my sins.
You ready? You're listening to the Real Pineapple Podcast Network. Hey, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, theys and gays. This is the Real Pineapple. This is your humble host Hunter here. Messing with my lights real quick. Give me give me just a second. I know, buddy. There we go. Hi, Milo. Yeah, Milo's here jumping at me. Hope you guys are having a good what up, Marley? What up, Josh? Hope you guys are having a good night. I actually like the sliding. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, we'll stick with this. Yeah, but Happy New Year, y'all. Happy 2026. I hope the year is starting off all right for y'all. I'm just getting over. I've been like not sick. Oh my god, Josh, shut up. All right. I like the office. And plus, like it's a two-bedroom for a reason, man. Like I don't have like you can see all the shit on my walls. Like this is not an empty room. But regardless, um I had a rough year last year. I had a really rough year, but I've been off the last couple days. I've been watching some stuff. I'm going to be doing my best of and worst of. I'm gonna say February 5th and 6th is what we're looking at. I think the week before that, what I'm going to do is what I kind of did as Milo falls into this bag. Similar to what I did. I want to say I did last year, it might have been the year prior. But basically, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna do a honorable mentions podcast. I don't think I'm gonna do dishonorable mentions. I think there will be enough bad shit that I'll be able to cover it in just the one initial worst of podcasts. But I do want to highlight some stuff that's just not gonna make my list. Which sucks because I always feel shitty about watching stuff that I really enjoy and just not finding a spot for on a top 10, which I mean what a first world problem to have. But I really do want to highlight some stuff that I saw this year that just isn't going to make the list, like Superman, for example. When I did my initial top 10 list, and my first draft, I was like, oh, I had it like at number 8, number 7. And a couple things that I've seen recently that I haven't even reviewed yet knocked it out of its spot. So I will be doing multiple revisions of the list because I still need to see one battle after another. I still need to watch weapons. There's still quite a few things I want to be able to watch before I lock down a list. But that first week of February is typically when I do it. So that's what I'm kind of looking for as far as timeline. Stranger Things season 5. Dude, I do this every year. I literally every year do my best stuff because I want to be able to have time to watch everything. So yeah. Feel free, yeah. So that's great for you, Josh. I'm happy for you that you got to watch that stuff. Some of us don't have all that much time, brother. So, but one battle after another is shit. Interesting. That's what Marley says. It's very funny too that Josh is just trolling because that's what Josh is at this point. But it is funny that yeah, dude, I do this every year. Every year I do my best stuff and worst stuff in February. Because I'm able to kind of do a 1-2 combo of kind of ending the year in February. Plus, dude, the Oscars aren't until like March anyway. So it really doesn't matter. I can wait till fucking February. But yeah, no, I'm gonna do a Black History Month showcase again this year. I keep saying I want to review Malcolm X. I'm gonna review Malcolm X this year. That is happening. I'm reviewing Malcolm X this year. So yeah, man. But yeah, I'm excited to bring best of and worst of. By then the Oscar picture will kind of, because I think the Oscars in March this year. I think they're in April last year, but I'm pretty sure they're in March this year. But it'll be interesting to see kind of what starts getting buzz and what have you. Like Sinners feels like it could really be it could really be a big contender this year. Oh yeah. So I'll ask you that, Marley, since Josh is actually asking a genuine question. Yeah, why do you hate one battle after another? Because most of the people I've talked to have really enjoyed it and have it very high on their list. I have talked to other people that say that the way that I don't know anything about it. I just know that people have had some issues with the way some of the people of color characters are portrayed in the film. So I'm curious to watch it because yeah, that's one of those movies that I'm hearing a lot of people, hype praise on. So um that could be my what was the movie last year? That could be my brutalist though. Like there's always every year there's an Oscar movie that people just seem to fucking love, and I'm like, it's fine. That's kind of how I was with Oppenheimer. I think Oppenheimer's really good. Like it uh these Josh, you know what, man? I mean, it does happen. It's rare, but it does happen. I don't know, man. Coogler, I don't know. Man. Coogler has a shot. What about One After Another won't make your list? Okay, but yeah, that's how I felt with the Brutalist. That's how I felt with something like Oppenheimer. I thought the Brutalist was really good. I think it's way too goddamn long. It could have been easily 30 minutes shorter. And yeah, I think Oppenheimer, I think the way it does handle Emily Blunt and Florence Pugh's characters, it's amazing. You have two of the best actresses in the game, and it feels like there's zero story between them outside of being reactionary to Oppenheimer, which really did bother me. It's kind of one of the same issues I have with Killers of the Flower Moon with Lily Gladstone, I believe. Her performance, I think that cost her the Oscar. I said it when Emma Stone won for Poor Things, and I stand by it. I think switching the focus from her character to Leo's character, I think damages the film. I think if it's told from her point of view and she's the narrator, I think the film is stronger overall. So, but I Lily got Gladstone, yeah. But yeah, I might be doing my own Oscar show, man. So I make no promises, but I actually might be at an Oscar party that night, but I'll let you know. We'll see. But yeah, Oscars will be interesting this year. It always is. It's going to be weird that they're going to be on YouTube in a couple of years. I think 2027 is when they're going to start being on YouTube, which what's the point? but anyways, but yeah, y'all. Dude, I went to I'll party every now and then. But yeah, we'll see. But here, let me take a sip here. Huh. Some stuff. All right, Marley, I'm looking forward to your top 10. Yeah, and that's the other thing too. Like I because I've had 2029, thank you, on YouTube. I've had people ask, like, yeah, why do you do top 10, like in February? It really is because I've talked about before, but I'm lucky enough to get screeners sent to me. And so I get screeners for a lot of indie stuff, like stuff that just may not be on people's radar. So I really do try to watch as much of that stuff as humanly possible before I put my list together. So, some movies that maybe y'all aren't aware of might actually get on your radar because, maybe I dug it and maybe I reviewed it. So, I talked about, I always bring up Jennifer Levinson's Trust, but that was an honorable mention on my list last year. And I've had multiple people watch it and go like, oh shit, that's a cool ass movie. It's like, yeah, like there's a lot of indie film that you got to dig a little bit sometimes, y'all. So that's why I like to do those at the end of January, start of February. Plus, it kind of allows me to double as a halftime or a Super Bowl, like a Super Bowl podcast too, if I want to go and do that. Any resolutions for 2026? Honestly, I'm just gonna stream. I'm gonna stream more. I am gonna get a new computer probably this summer, because I do want to do more game streams. I want to be able to stream Rivals and stuff like that. But last year was rough, y'all. Like, being out of work for 18 months was not fucking great. Working a minimum wage job just attempts to keep the lights on was not great. So last year was really rough, but I'm feeling more optimistic for this year. I'm sleeping better slowly, sleeping better. So I think I'll be less tired, Lord willing. So I'll have more, more motivation. Want to go ahead and do this. I've been watching a lot of stuff. I just haven't been recording. So, um, but I've got a lot of stuff I do want to do this year. Um, uh, is it to finally be a good critic? Cute. Um, no. So I lost. So no. To kind of clarify. I lost my job in December of 2023, and I just started working at a full-time position in July. So, but yeah, 18 months not working. Was kind of fucking wild. So, but the job I'm at now is like secure and I'm doing well there. So it's a good thing. The next step, Lord willing, is to, get a work from home job again, just so I'm not running back and forth and I'm able to be home, which is something, I definitely want down the road just because I'll be real, y'all. Like, I miss my cats. Like, when I'm at the store, I miss my fucking cats. Like, I've talked about it before, but Milo, who's jumping up at me, like him and Samuel L. Katzen, they've become like emotional support animals, like unofficially, basically. So it sucks when I'm gone, like 10 hours a day and I don't see them. So yeah, it sucks being away from them. It sucks being away from my girl. So I just, so I'll work from home job eventually, but I'm gonna be doing streams more. Definitely get back to reviews more consistently. I really haven't been to the theater because I haven't really needed to go. I've had enough stuff at home to watch. But starting like March-ish, I'll probably be getting back to the theater, once a week. So gonna slowly start ramping up. But as I get closer to doing the best of worst stuff, I will have just random reviews dropping. Like, I don't think I have even put out my Fantastic Four review, which is insane to me. I need to make sure that review is up. It's on Disney Plus now. I'm reviewing Tron Aries here in just a second, and Bugonia, and we'll see about the long walk. I might just do those two tonight. But yeah, so yeah, as we get into the new year here, there will definitely be more content coming out more regularly and more consistently. So, so speaking of, let's jump into our first review, which is for Tron Aries, which came out. I don't even remember when when did this come out? October. God, that does not seem like an October movie. But it came out in October. I feel like it was only in theaters for like 3 weeks. I think Disney realized pretty early on that that Tron Aries wasn't making any fucking money. I'm actually very curious what the fucking box office is. It's about to hit Disney Plus. Oh, January 7th. Okay. Yeah, what was the box office for? Man, $142 million box office, and that's worldwide against a budget of at least 220 million. Holy fuck. 33.2 million opening weekend. Oh my god, that's really bad. That's really bad. God almighty. So let me just get this out of the way. Let me just talk about this and just address the elephant in the room. Jared Leto is terrible. Like, we need to have a conversation about Jared Leto, because I think people forget kind of what happened with him. Because when you look at Jared Leto, obviously 30 Seconds to Mars, that crappy ass band. But the thing with Leto is like he was able to go ahead and spin his music career and spin that into a pretty successful acting career for a decent amount of time. I mean, I don't even remember him in Lord of War, that Nicolas Cage movie. I don't even remember that, but he got this like 1-2 combo of, oh man, he got the Joker. You know, he got to play the Joker, whether I like his portrayal or not. And trust me, I do not. Yeah, Requiem for a Dream, but Requiem for a Dream was a long ass time ago, man. Requiem for a Dream, damn, that's 26 years ago. Holy shit. Girl Interrupted is really good. That's a very underrated flick, Girl Interrupted. But yeah, Requiem for a Dream was 2000. So, you know, he plays the Joker, not a good Joker by any stretch of the imagination. And then he's in Blade Runner 2049. And I think people forget he's only in Blade Runner 29 for what, like 7 minutes, maybe? He's got like 2 scenes, it feels like. So he's not in the film long enough, you know, for him to annoy you. Then, of course, he's in Zack Snyder's Justice League, my favorite movie. Which, God, like it actually made me hate his Joker more. I haven't seen American Psycho in a minute. I'm actually overdue for a American Psycho rewatch. What do I think about Netflix considering 17th day theatrical window? Man, you know what, man? Okay, you know what? Fuck it. I'll take a second to talk about this. Warner Brothers being sold is fucking ridiculous. It's fucking insane that this is even happening. Monopolies are bad. Okay, we need to companies need to stop doing this shit. Monopolies are not a good thing. But Netflix buying Warner Brothers is better than Paramount buying Warner Brothers. So if it has to be one of the two, I mean, hopefully this shit just gets blocked. I mean, I know it won't because, you know, what is getting blocked these days, but hopefully this shit gets blocked and Warner Brothers stays its own company. That's what should happen. But yeah, that's what I think about that. Yeah, Fight Club again, but again, man, Fight Club was, how long ago was Fight Club? Fight Club was 99. Like it's been a while since it's been a while since he's been in something like good that he's the reason it's good. You know, House of Gucci is a hilarious movie. It's not meant to be that funny. His portrayal is actually pretty fucking offensive. Morbius, don't even get me fucking started. I didn't even watch We Crash. I will admit I didn't watch We Crash, even though I have such a thing for Anne Hathaway. My God, that woman. Yeah, I know Warner Brothers wants to sell. It's stupid. It's really fucking dumb. Netflix is a better option. Like, I would prefer there be no option, but Netflix is the better option. I never watched We Crash. It feels like that just came and went, which, to be real, that's kind of the story on a lot of stuff on Apple TV. It seems like it exists in this weird vortex where I know 2 people have watched it. But yeah, Jared Leto, he's been bad for a minute, and he got a lot of goodwill off that Oscar. I mean, obviously, Dallas Buyers Club in 2013. That was 12 years ago. Like, it's been not great since then. And the thing about this movie in particular, with Jared Leto playing Aries, it's so interesting how Jared Leto doesn't feel like a person. Like so in theory, he kind of has, man, how do I put this? He kind of has like not a Richard Brand, a Russell Brand thing to him, where I mean, hopefully not in every way, but then again, actually, wasn't Jared Leto accused of shit? Oh yeah, he was accused of shit. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So maybe him and Russell Brand are more alike than we think. But he has this aura of just creep to him in this movie. And I know part of it is supposed to be like the whole, well, you know, it's AI, it's learning to interact with our world, but it doesn't even really come across like that. I'm gonna tell Jared Leto on you. That's fine. You would be a snitch, but it's such a weird relationship that the movie plays with Jared Leto's Aries, and then I'm blanking on Greta Lee's name, Eve Kim. So the plot, as it were, goes ahead and we follow 2 companies that are basically in an arms race, but think AI. It's Incom versus Dillinger. Doesn't really matter who runs which company because what the fuck ever. But oh yeah, Dillinger is ran by uh, Gillian Anderson, who plays Elizabeth Dillinger, and then Julian Dillinger, who's played by Evan Peters, who of course from the X-Men films, playing Quicksilver. He keeps working with Ryan Murphy, Lord knows why. That guy. And I will say he's at least kind of having fun with being like a tech douche. Like, it's very funny how movies more and more are just basically telling Elon Musk to go fuck himself. That's my favorite. That's one of my favorite bits about watching the new Naked Gun film. How Danny Houston is clearly playing Elon Musk, like even down the shitty looking car, and it's just the movie is not subtle about it. Neither is this film subtle, but it's very gross when you think about how Disney is completely backing AI, and it's like, no, like AI is great. Why are you guys concerned? You're going to be able to use AI to create your own Disney content soon. Which Disney? I mean, surprising, no. Stupid as fuck, yes. So this movie, admittedly coming out from Disney, is it's very much an eye roll. I'm trying to think if there's anything about this movie I liked. Like, I know, obviously, the score, obviously, like obviously the score is going to be is going to be what people are like the most excited about. But goddamn, like that's the same thing with the last one. Like, I'm done grading these things on a fucking curve. Like, they should be better films. And I mean, this was never something that really needed to exist, and that's the other thing about it. Yeah, we get a new awesome fucking score, but this movie doesn't need the score to exist. I mean, it's real, like the movie needs to score more than the score needs its film. I do think, oh, what's her name? So there's like another, okay, oh yeah, I should get back to the plot again. Pardon me. Basically, there's this super special thing that this MacGuffin, it doesn't fucking matter, that Dillinger wants to steal. Gully's Eve Kim's best friend who died went ahead and created said thing, and so Dillinger goes ahead and uses Aries, basically go ahead and hack into her computer to steal this thing, and then that leads to Aries becoming real, coming to the real world. Oh god, I'm making myself like, even as I'm saying this out loud, it's like, god, this is stupid. I'd be lying if I said that I wasn't at least happy to see Greta Lee. I mean, have you seen Greta Lee? But as dumb as the script is, and it is stupid, it is dumb as hell. She's trying so much harder than she should be. Same thing for Jodie Turner-Smith. They are giving more respect to this very derp material than they really should be. But Jared Leto feels like he's playing it. It feels almost like a parody of someone playing this seriously. That's kind of the best way I can put it. And that's actually quite fitting, because I think I'm at the point where I consider Jared Leto a parody of an actor, because he's so bad at it. And I don't understand. Like, I just don't think he cares at the end of the day. But also, people keep giving him money. I don't know what Jared Leto's salary was for this. Lord knows it was probably at least 10 million. Let me see. Jared Leto's salary for Tron Aries. Let me see. Oh god. So yeah, he apparently made between 8 and 15 million. Oh yeah, and he was a producer on this. Did I mention that shit? I forgot to mention. Yeah, Leto's a fucking producer on this shit. As far as stuff I like I said, the score is great. The score is really great. I do think Jodie Turner-Smith as Athena, who is this other program that kind of gets in this competition with Aries. I do think she actually, I wish the movie was just about her escaping into the world, like as an assassin for Evan Peters, Dillinger. That would have been interesting because she's actually the one that seems like she is the tortured kind of AI who's adapting to this world and trying to understand what this world even is. Turner Smith is playing it far better than Leto is. And the way that she kind of talks about her emotions, again, the script is derpy as hell, but she's the one who's like kind of the best at selling it. And Greta Lee too falls into that into that vein. Hassan Minaj is in this. He's playing AJ Singh. He's this dude who works for the other company. It's not Dillinger. Again, can't think of the name. Doesn't fucking matter. Oh god. Income. There you go. I wish he was in the movie more. He's not in it a ton, but he's fun. They of course drag Jeff Bridges back into this shit. He shows up again as Flynn, and he has this conversation with Jared Leto. And I'm not gonna lie, I just it really is the movie trying to sell you on Jared Leto as the like the new guy, like you know, like you want to cheer for Aries, don't you? Yeah, come on, Aries, Aries, and like the movie is almost begging you, like, please just buy this. We're begging you. We're begging you to please buy into this bullshit because we know it's bullshit. It's, you know, what's kind of like, you remember Iron Fist, where you know the whole world basically was like, we don't want to follow Danny Rand, we want to follow Colleen. Like this is a character I'm way more interested in. It's really kind of the same thing here, and what's really kind of crappy is that this movie at the end sets up something with Evan Peters' character, the character that I went, you know what? I would actually be kind of curious how you follow this up. It's an intriguing enough notion that I went, huh, okay, maybe you could follow this up in like a 8-episode like mini series or something like that if you want to continue the story. But anything that's remotely interesting, Jared Leto is just kind of an anchor around this goddamn movie. And anytime he's on screen, like it's almost like he's sucking the life out of it. Even when he's at like Evan Peters, who again is hamming this up like a motherfucker, even when he's basically saying, you know, you're the program, I'm the human, you're the program, you answer to me. Mwahaha. Yeah, like Leto, him being tortured and starting to maybe think for himself just feels so flat. And yeah, even when he's like, even for the action stuff, which I mean, I think visually there's some stuff that, you know, like I was high as hell when I watched this. Like let me be let me be clear. But even like stoned as hell, I was sitting there watching going, you know, like, yeah, this is just kind of like it's like I've played more exciting, like I've had more exciting fights in fucking Ghost Runner than than the action scenes in this movie. I will say that when there's a point where there's some stuff that Dillinger brings to the real world is in terms of kind of like robot looking things, that I think the way it blends in with the real world is pretty well done. But that's kind of where my compliments stop. This is just this. I wish there was someone who really like gave a fuck who was doing this. The director, Wachim Roning, I think that's how you say it. He directed. He directed Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales, not a great movie. Maleficent, Mistress of Evil. Okay. Yeah, I directed a couple episodes of that show, Marco Polo. So, I mean, you know, he's done a few things. And then who wrote this? The screenplay was written by Jesse Wugatow. I'm gonna go with. He was a producer on Daredevil Born Again. Well, goddamn, he's not a writer. Holy shit. I think we can agree Jillian Anderson's really hot. Yeah, she can still get it. It's such a weird movie though, because I think there are people in it who are playing the shit the way it kind of reads, and then there are people like Jared Leto who feel like they're almost too good for it. And let me be clear. You know what it feels like? You remember like the last couple seasons of Arrow where you kind of tell Stephen Amell was like just over the shit. Like, I want to move, I want to be, I don't want to play Oliver Queen anymore. I want to, I want to be a movie star. And that's kind of what this feels like. Like Jared Leto almost feels like he's above this material, but he's not above this material. He's lucky to be in Tron Aries. let me be fucking clear. But this is just a movie that there's no reason for it to really exist. Like, I don't even really hate it, but I hate that Jared Leto's in it, because I think if you replace Leto with like Timothy Oliphant, because I always bring up this movie, not even really always bring up this movie, but that movie I Am Number 4. Y'all remember that movie? It's him and I'm blanking on the girl's name. I was about to say Willa Ford. That's not right, but yeah, Timothy Olyphant's in this like kind of like this, kind of teen, kind of like the stuff like in that Twilight kind of vein, but it's like a teenage sci-fi movie. Anyways, Olyphant's pretty damn good in it, and as you're watching it, you're like, Olyphant could have really phoned this shit in and like not given a fuck, but Olyphant's like, nah, this is a job, I'm gonna do my damnedest. That's how it felt like Greta Lee was approaching this. That's how it felt like Jodie Turner-Smith was approaching this. I think Evan Peters played this like the perfect amount of camp. I just think Jared Leto is just won't let this even be kind of like campy fun. Because one thing you can say about Tron Legacy, while it definitely has issues, it's by no means a fucking classic. I think Jarrett Hedlund, I think is quite charismaless in a lot of shit. Honestly, I still think about Pan and just shake my head, but I do remember at least being like I thought Jeff Bridges, because you definitely get more Jeff Bridges in that one. Jeff Bridges in this shit, like it's a cameo basically. And then of course Olivia Wilde and fucking Leather, that always helps. But I remember just like there's an atmosphere to that, obviously helped tremendously by Daft Punk's score, that really does kind of help sell you on the movie a little bit. Even with the great score here, there just isn't enough acting wise, I think, for you to even get immersed in this. So I'm really kind of torn grade wise, because again, I don't really hate this, but I hate that Jared Leto won't let this be more than what I think it could be. So I'm gonna go D plus. Yeah, even a C sounds too like, because I think if you catch this on streaming at some point, like this will probably work for you, like at least as just like a home watch. But if you'd pay to see this, even at like a $5 movie Tuesday, I mean, yeah, I don't think that's worth $5. I know Dusk would want me to give it an F. I think a D plus is fair, because there are a couple acting performances. Like I mentioned, I think Jodie Turner-Smith is like as good as you can be in this, and I do think Greta Lee is actually pretty good in it. But some of the lines that Jared Leto is delivering to Greta Lee are like really like, you're like, you shouldn't be the one saying this. It's very weird. There is this one line that Jodie Turner-Smith delivers when she has this she kills this one person. She actually kills someone in the real world, which I thought was actually pretty effective the way the scene goes down. But after she kills this person, she goes, we had to give 1,000 lives for the grid, you only had to give one. And the way she actually delivered that line, I went, you know what, okay, that might be the best line delivery in the film, period. I really like that. The movie also tries to do this like hero moment where where Aries like sheds the black costume he's wearing, and then goes to like an all white costume. And it's supposed to be this like, yeah, Jared Leto, yeah, Aries, yeah moment. And I was just sitting there going, oh, fuck off. Like, fuck now, yeah, D, I got Sorry, I just remember that moment, and that brings it down. D. I think a D is fair for this. D for dumb. Uh, Tron Aries. Goddamn. Mm. So yeah, I'm gonna give this a D. I think a D is fair for this because there are some good. Greta Lee and Jodie Thurman-Smith are good, but yeah, I can't give it higher than that, regardless. So yeah, a D for Tron Aries. That might crack. I don't know if that'll make the worst stuff. That will be a dishonorable mention though. I will tell you that because yeah, oof, not too good. But yeah. Anyways, moving on to my next film. Let me get my notes up here. I hope y'all are having a good start to your weekend. I know most people's weekends start now. Oh shit, did I? Oh, that's right. I didn't take any notes for Bugonia. Okay, that's fine. I just watched it last night. Yeah, Greta Lee is fine. She is very attractive. Hunter will be reviewing Avatar 3. You know what's funny is I could give a fuck about Avatar, so I still haven't seen Way of the Water. I have no interest to. It's funny because Nathan was basically betting me. He's like, "Oh, dude, you'll watch Avatar 2 in theaters." I'm like, "You don't know me very well. I won't watch that shit." Alea even was like, would you want to go see that together? And I was like, you can go see it with friends. I'm not saying that shit in the theater. Could not fucking care less about Avatar. Yeah, God, I hate those movies. They're so dumb. But yeah, I mean, I am gonna watch them at some point. It will just be on Disney Plus. I do not need to go to a theater to watch those. I have no interest in going out of my way to watch them outside of my home. But yeah, fuck it. I can remember this. But my next review, I think this will probably be my last review because my partner is going to be home here in a bit, and I am actually quite hungry. She's bringing home the pizza, which hell yeah. So Bugonia is directed and not written by. Pardon me. It is written by Will Tracy. Went ahead and did the screenplay. Director, of course, I always fuck up his name. I think this is right. Yorgos Lanthimos, who, of course, you know from doing Poor Things, Killing of the Sacred Deer, The Lobster, which I never reviewed The Lobster. I should review The Lobster. That's a great fucking flick. But this film stars Jesse Plemons and Emma Stone. I gotta say too, just to kind of to give the man his flowers. I'm such a fan of fucking Jesse Plemons. I'm such a fan of this dude. Obviously, I remember him. You remember from Breaking Bad. That was like a big breakout for him. But then it's crazy to see the guy from Game Night, who, I mean, admittedly showed impeccable comedic timing as Gary. Game Night's one of the best comedies I'd say in the last 20 years too. I think Game Night's weirdly underrated. I think they were talking about a sequel. I'm always down for more Rachel McAdams in Mom James. That's never that's never an issue with me. I will say too, maybe one of my favorite line deliveries in a comedy is when the guy gets caught in the propeller and she's like, "Oh my god, he died!" Like that delivery from Rachel McAdams is fucking perfect. It's such a great fucking movie. The Denzel joke payoff, amazing. Yeah, man, I don't know if you could do a Game Night 2 just because comedy sequels don't usually go very well. But man, if you could find a way to make that work, I would be down for a sequel. But anyways, Jesse Plemons, fucking great. Have always just been a fan of his. Civil War, of course, he has one of the most intense scenes in that whole fucking movie. I have not watched Black Mirror yet. I've heard he's really good when he's on Black Mirror. I never reviewed it, but Love and Death, that miniseries him and Elizabeth Olsen had, was fucking great. I was actually mad that they didn't get more love. Shout out to Elizabeth Olsen, who's one of my favorites right now. And of course, Juice and Black Messiah and Power of the Dog, which I have the Criterion of Power of the Dog. I fucking love Power of the Dog. So been a big Jesse Plemons fan, and then of course Emma Stone. It's so interesting to look at Emma Stone's career because, like, like you think about back to her and like Superbad, and you're just like, man, like she's so fucking fun in that movie. Uh, but to see her go from like the House Bunny and like the Rocker, like two like two fine comedies. The Rocker's but to go from that to Zombieland, and then Zombieland in 2009, and then to get Easy A the next year, and then Crazy Stupid Love, and then The Help. Ugh. She's a voice in Sleeping Dogs, a very underrated game, by the way. Then she does something like The Croods in 2013. Like every year, it seems like she finds something as a project that you're just like, God damn, she just knows how to pick good shit. I mean, obviously, she's had some mistakes. Aloha is in 2015, but she does The Croods. The Croods is a horrendously underrated movie. Birdman 2014, Battle of the Sexes, which is another very underrated flick. She's in Pop Star, one of the best comedies ever. Great cameo. The Favorite. Both Zombielands. Cruella fucking kicks ass. I will have no Cruella slander on this podcast. She like The Curse. Her and oh my god, her and the homie, her and Nathan, her and Nathan Fielder. She just does weird shit, and I appreciate that she takes risks. And now working with Yorgos, like clearly creatively, she just is like very trusting of him, because Poor Things, being basically like a modern day twisted version of Frankenstein, to something like this, to what the whole concept being in terms of the fact that Teddy, played by Jesse Plemons, is going ahead and thinks that Emma Stone's character, Michelle, is an alien. And so he goes ahead and, with help from this guy who he's basically has like a one-person cult, essentially. That's what this is. But Plemons goes ahead and has this minion, Don, who's played by Aiden Delbus, who I've seen him in stuff before. He looks I feel like I've seen him before, but of course I pull up his IMDb and fucking nothing. Apparently, he has one of those faces, but I will say, if this is true and this is like the first big thing he's done, he's great in this. This is one of those films that, as you're watching it, I felt like I knew where it was going to go, and yet I didn't know where it was going to go. And that's probably the biggest let me see. Sorry, I just got a text. But yeah, so I really enjoy Yorgos's like style. The way this is directed is there's some great wide shots and some great tracking shots in terms of things when things are about to go down. Shit gets very intense at multiple points in this movie. Pardon me. One thing I really oh I hope you have Josh, I hope you have a good 2026 too, man. Like it's yeah, man. Last year was wild, man. I think for most people last year was wild. Like even people who had a good 2025 were just exhausted last year. So here's to hoping 2026 is better, and to all of you listening and watching, I hope 2026 is great for y'all. I really do. I know the world is a lot right now, but please check in on your people. Make sure your circle's tight. Make sure your people are in good standing. Help people out where you can. Lift people up. Pray. If you're into praying, this is a very good time to be praying. This year. But one thing about this movie that I really appreciate from Yorgos is that he doesn't shy away from shit. There's a couple deaths in here that are fucking brutal, and I'm dancing around this because I don't want to give too much away, because a lot of the fun of this movie is the journey. I will say myself, I really enjoyed the dialogue, especially uh when Amanda or Michelle, pardon me, when Michelle kidnapped Teddy and Don, and how their back and forth begins to go ahead and evolve, and how the whole situation of the kidnapping evolves. I really like what the film has to say about people who think about conspiracy theories, because it is not kind to those people in terms of in terms of how they're addressed, and how they're identified. It Yorgos clearly is not a fan of the internet, which I understand, man, because yeah, social media has become something that I hate that I have to participate in. I don't even know if he like really hates the internet, but he has a lot to say about the news and social media and the 24-hour news cycle that honestly I agree with. I'm like, yeah, man, this shit rots your brain. You're 1,000% right. Um, Emma Stone, I think my favorite thing about her at this point in the game, because I ran down her filmography a bit. She's been doing this for a minute. There's a confidence that she has that I think very few actresses her age have. Um, I'll be honest, I think that's kind of, how do I put this? I think that's what Jennifer Lawrence is kind of looking for. And I'm not saying Jennifer Lawrence is a bad actress, because she's definitely not. But I think Jennifer Lawrence is kind of looking for like that next stage in her career. I think that's what she wants, and I'm not even saying it's just because of this, but she even talked about how being a mom has kind of like informed her roles and what she kind of wants to do now. I think she is kind of, because I think Emma has a kid, if not two, because she's been married for a little bit. But I think you see Milo on camera there a little bit. You want to say hi, buddy? Want to say hi to the people? Yeah, want to say hi? Um, I think she's looking for whatever that next step is. I don't think she knows what she really wants to do creatively yet, and I think she's searching for that. I think Emma Stone kind of knows what she wants to do, and maybe that just involves Jennifer Lawrence finding kind of her Yorgos, in terms of someone that does identifies with her and finds a way to make these projects that feel unique to her. Kind of very similar to how Scorsese always works with Leo now. Like I think she needs to find whoever that director is for her. And I think her career could take a whole other jump, because I really am a big fan of Jennifer Lawrence. I haven't watched Die My Love yet. I've heard I know Josh from the Afternoon Tune reviewed it and said that it was okay. Um so but I think that is kind of part of it. And there are some scenes in this movie in terms of Emma Stone's confidence where you're just like, God damn. Um there's one scene where she just straight up tells uh, without spoiling too much, but tells Teddy that he's a fucking loser and she can't stand him. And it's said it with so much venom out in bile. I was like, God damn, like I felt that shit. I mean, granted, he deserves to hear all this shit, considering what a piece of crap he is, but it's fascinating to see, to watch their back and forth, and to watch how things end up. I dug this movie a lot, and I unintentionally watched it. I just kind of put it on, and I was watching, and so I'm watching it, and then Alea sits down. Like we were both working on putting our laundry away, and she sat down, started watching it. And then before we knew, we were both watching it very intently, and I was like, "Oh, damn, okay." And yeah, I really enjoyed the hell out of this. My review might change, because my review, I might go higher eventually on this, but for now, I'm gonna go A on this. But this was something I really enjoyed, and I had a lot of fun with, and it's something that I watched yesterday, and I'm still thinking about it. So hell yeah to this movie. I had fun. So yeah. Um Yeah, solid A for uh wait, it's I keep saying the wrong name. It's Bugonia, not Bulgonia. Why Bugonia? Damn it. Let me fix that. I was like, wait, that's incorrect. Um but yeah, solid A for this. I'm excited to see what Yortos does next, because he's done some weird shit. He's done some weird shit, to be sure. Um, but yeah, I had fun with this. I had a lot of fun with this, and I'm excited. I'm excited to see what he's gonna do next. But yeah, y'all, I think that I'm gonna. Alea's about to be home here in a bit, so I'm gonna call that here. Thanks, Josh and Marley, for chatting with me a little bit, and thanks to you, all you lovely people, for tuning in, post live recording or listening to this just the audio. Coming up this week, um, I'll get a streaming schedule out for this week. I'll probably stream probably Sunday, because I work late on Monday, so I might do a stream Sunday night. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna go actually redo my best of list, or update the draft of that, and I'm gonna get some letterboxing done. But everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. I look forward to talking to you guys again here. I will definitely be doing a stream for the next week. At the latest, I'll do a stream next Friday on the 9th. But I will for sure have a stream uh, at the latest next Friday. I'm gonna try to go see Marty Supreme, because I do want to check that out. I am gonna have a review for Predator Badlands, because I do want to check that out. And yeah, I'm gonna start doing reviews for all things that I've been watching that I haven't reviewed yet. So I'll have some reviews come down the pipeline here in the next week. But everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate y'all. Stay safe, take care of each other, give someone a hug, give someone a compliment. We can all use some more positivity. And never forget, as always, to keep it real, y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will talk to you guys soon. Have a great night.